Stop scrolling for 1 second. If you've flown in the last year and you're over 60, there's a good chance you left free money, free comfort, and free help sitting on the table, because nobody at the airline is going to walk up and offer it to you. They're not hiding it exactly. They're just banking on the fact that you won't ask. I spent weeks pulling federal aviation rules, airline contracts, and real traveler accounts to build a list of 12 things you're already entitled to on the ticket you already bought. Stick around, because number 1 is a job title most airline employees hope you never learn exists, and it can fix almost any problem at the gate in minutes. Here's the thing nobody tells you about flying. The price of your ticket already includes a bunch of services the airline would rather not announce over the intercom, because every announcement is an invitation for hundreds of people to ask for something. So instead, they wait. Silently. Hoping you don't know the code words. I'm going to give you all 12, plus the exact sentence to say at the counter or gate for each one. No credit card upsells, no loyalty program hoops, no fine print you need a lawyer to read. Just things you're owed, and the words that unlock them. Let's get into it. You don't need a boarding pass for someone to walk you to your gate. Most major carriers will print what's called an escort pass at the check-in desk for a family member or friend helping you get settled. That pass clears security right alongside you, and your person stays with you until the plane actually boards. The catch. You have to ask a human, not a kiosk. Go to the staff counter, bring your escort's photo ID, and give yourself an extra half hour, since it does take a few extra minutes to process. Say this: could you print a gate pass for my son, daughter, or friend so they can come through security with me? Flights are packed tighter than they've been in years, which means bins fill up fast, and that's actually good news for you. When a gate agent starts asking for volunteers to gate check bags, say yes immediately. Your bag gets tagged straight to your final stop, no fee, no lifting it over your head, no wrestling with boarding group 6. I'd honestly take this deal even when the bins aren't full. It's the same bag you've always rolled through the terminal. Let someone else carry it up the stairs this time. Say this before the announcement even happens: I'm happy to check this bag if you need volunteers. Could you tag it to my final destination? Just double-check the tag before you hand it over. You want your final city on there, not your layover. On most full-service international routes, there's a special meal menu buried inside Manage My Booking that almost nobody opens. Low sodium, diabetic-friendly, gluten-free, heart-healthy. It costs nothing. You order it at least 24 hours before departure, and, this is the part people love, special meals get served first. You're eating while half the cabin is still waiting on the cart. If you're watching your blood pressure or your sugar, this single click might matter more than anything else on this list. Say this when booking or call reservations: I'd like to add a low-sodium or diabetic meal to my reservation, please. And reconfirm at the gate 48 hours out. Occasionally these fall off the load sheet and it's worth a quick check. Here's a myth I want to kill right now: pre-boarding is not just for wheelchairs. Under federal accessibility rules, anyone who simply needs a little extra time to get settled can ask to pre-board. No doctor's note, no explanation of your knees or your hips required. You say the sentence, you board first, and your travel companion boards with you. Say this to the gate agent before boarding starts: I'd like to pre-board, I just need a little extra time. That's genuinely the whole process. One sentence. This one is federal law, not a courtesy. Airlines are required to provide free wheelchair or guided assistance from curbside, through security, to your seat, and again at every single connection you make, not just your first flight. A 45-minute layover that would normally have you power walking through 3 terminals turns into someone with a cart meeting you right at the jet bridge. It's free. A tip is a kind gesture, never an expectation. Say this when you book, then again 48 hours before departure, then again the moment you land: I need wheelchair assistance for this flight and my connection, please. Don't assume it carries over automatically. Reconfirm at every stage. Real quick, which of these 4 have you genuinely never heard of before today? Tell me the number in the comments. And if this is useful, this is exactly the moment to hit subscribe, because the next 4 are, in my opinion, the ones that actually save you real money. You won't believe what's sitting in a card you already carry. Senior fares didn't disappear. They just stopped being advertised. On United site, there's a passenger type dropdown where selecting 65 plus surfaces senior pricing on routes that still carry it. On most other airlines, that fare code still exists in the system, but only a reservations agent can pull it up. It takes one phone call. Say this to a reservations agent. Do you have a senior fare filed for this specific route that isn't showing up on the website? Compare it against the standard fare before you book. Sometimes it wins, sometimes it doesn't, but it costs you nothing to ask. A huge number of travelers carry a card that already includes airport lounge access or a discounted day pass rate and simply never use it. That means quiet seating, real food, decent Wi-Fi, and a bathroom that isn't a public restroom, instead of an overpriced sandwich and a hard plastic chair during a 3-hour layover. Several airlines also sell standalone day passes with no membership required at all. Before your next trip, actually open your card's benefits page. You might already own this. The seat map you see in the app freezes the moment boarding starts. But the flight crew controls the actual cabin once that door shuts, and they know exactly which seats stayed empty. No-shows happen on nearly every flight. A calm, polite ask after boarding is fully finished, for a knee that needs to stretch, for an aisle seat, for a little more room, works far more often than people expect. Say this quietly, after boarding wraps up, never during. Is there any chance I could move once we're settled? I've got a knee I need to stretch out. Ask kindly, accept a no gracefully, and the crew tends to remember that courtesy for the rest of the flight. When a delay or cancellation is the airline's own fault, a mechanical issue, a crew scheduling problem, every major U.S. carrier has a written, public commitment to meal vouchers after a 3-hour wait and a hotel room if you're stuck overnight. And as of late 2024, federal rules require an automatic cash refund, not a travel voucher, if your flight is canceled or significantly changed and you choose not to accept the rebooking. Nobody walks over and offers this. You ask, and the tone at the counter changes almost instantly. Say this at the desk: this was a controllable delay. I'd like the meal voucher and hotel your airline committed to, please. And if you're not accepting the rebooking, I'd like a cash refund, not a voucher. Most people have no idea certain seats are set aside by law. If a fixed armrest makes it hard for you to lower yourself into a seat, the airline is required to give you an aisle seat with a movable armrest. If you have a fused or immobilized leg, you're entitled to extra legroom. And if you need a companion seated beside you for assistance, that seat comes at no extra charge, even on the cheapest fare class. The airline cannot charge you a preferred seat upcharge for an accommodation you're legally owed. Say this to the accessibility desk at least 48 hours out: I have difficulty lowering into a middle seat and need an aisle seat with a movable armrest, please. You don't need to name a diagnosis, just describe the need. Every U.S. airline is legally required to have someone called a complaints resolution official, a CRO, available at every airport they fly to, every hour they operate. This is the person specifically trained to resolve disability and assistance disputes on the spot, in person or by phone, usually within minutes. Gate agent says there's no wheelchair? Pre-boarding denied for no reason? Accommodation refused? This is the sentence that changes the room. Say this, calmly: I'd like to speak with your complaints resolution official, please. Most gate agents will hear this maybe a handful of times in their entire career. That should tell you something about how few people know it exists. Here's my honest take after going through all of this. Airlines aren't running some secret conspiracy to keep seniors in the dark. They're running a business, and a service nobody requests is a service that costs nothing. Every single perk on this list is already sitting inside the fare rules, the federal regulations, or the fine print of your ticket. The only thing standing between you and any of it is whether you say the sentence out loud. So here's what I want you to do. Pick the one perk from this list you're most likely to use on your next flight, and drop the number in the comments. I genuinely read every one. If this saved you money or stress you didn't know you could avoid, do me a favor and hit like. It helps this reach more people exactly like you who are tired of overpaying for things that were already free. And if you want the next layer of this, the perks flight crews hand out quietly once you're already in the air, the ones almost nobody at 60+ ever gets to see, I've got a full video on that right here. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one.